guys, Salah B, and this is on today's matches. Well, mostly Arsenal matches, you know I'm an Arsenal fan, and this is my dilemma. With the Arsenal match, 2-0 against West Ham is unacceptable. I know they played really well today. Brilliant plays by Winston Reid and the new player Oxford. Really good young players. But talking about them in a minute. First, I want to talk about everyone's using Giroud as a scapegoat. What is totally wrong, because he was not the worst on the team. Far be sure he wasn't the best either, but neither was anyone else. Joyce, I think a bunch of 2-year-olds could have run around Arsenal today and completely demolished them. The only one really giving it a try was Oxlade, and unfortunately he played bad. But the fact is, you play bad when the team plays bad. So let's talk about this. For me, the worst player, I don't know why. He should be good with the experience he has, but it was Petr Cech today. I watched the match from start to finish, and the 2 goals he let in were almost amateur goals. I mean, I could have said, like, someone dead could have saved them. Seriously, stick a dead person in goal, they could have saved them. Experience from him, I don't really know what the fuck happened with him. But I watch a lot of Arsenal fan TV, and a lot of what Claude said is a lot right. You know, you can pretend to win all these community shields and think you're big men, but when it comes down to it, you have to win these games. Because without winning these games, you're not going to win the league. And I don't mean you win every game, I mean you win the games that you're supposed to win. And I know a lot of the time Arsenal do lose a hell of a lot of starting games. But with the team we have now, and with the star boys we have now, and how many experience these people have, I know if Alexis Sanchez was healthy, he would have played, he probably would have scored. But we don't even know that. But the experience these boys have on the table, Ozil, a former Real Madrid Champions League, World Cup winner, Mertesacker, the exact same, except for not Champions League, but World Cup. I mean, Petr Cech, Champions League, Premier League, all big titles. Everyone there has at least won a title. Everyone there is at least an international. Everyone there has at least played at least a few Premier League games, and they know what they're like. Today we got run over by a debut manager and a few debut players. What is it? Unacceptable for a bunch of amateur players coming into the Premier League, expecting they're gonna be beaten. Instead, they played their heart out. I give a lot up to the fans. They were brilliant today, the West Ham fans, and brilliant players. I mean, they played their heart out. They played really well. But today from Arsenal, unacceptable from a bunch of people who are internationals, when there's players like Oxford, who, yeah, he is a captain but of his international, but that's youth. He's 16 years old, and he's making Santi Cazorla and Ramsey look like he's fucking just walking around them like they're not there. A 16-year-old controlling the midfield with 2 internationals, experience under the belt, trophies under their belt. And then our star boy Ozil, who did create really good chances now and then. I think he should be shooting a lot more. He's in perfect positions where if he was at Real Madrid, I think he would have whacked. I think if he was back at Real Madrid, he would have took those shots. And I know he would have took those shots. And I think if Wenger's telling him not to do that, I think he needs to stop, because Ozil has got the talent to score from there. We all know that. We used to see him at Real Madrid. We used to see what he's like. If he's playing like he is because of Wenger, then Wenger has to shut up and let him get on with how he usually has to play. But you know, if not, then Ozil should be doing a hell of a lot better for being our record signing. For a record signing, I expect something. I don't expect someone kicking the bottle because they can't do a few things. I gotta admit, Ozil looked the best in the midfield. What you should be saying, in our midfield. I'm not saying their midfield, because in both our midfields, I'm playing Elder Scrolls. I'm not playing anything else. I'm gonna catch you while I'm doing it. In both midfields, he was absolutely nowhere half the time, and a lot of time he should have gone for the shot. But I'm going to go on to someone else now, Petr Cech, with the experience he has at Chelsea and the exposure to the Czech Republic. Oh my God, he has so much experience that those 2 goals just show. You know, one of my friends was saying he's too old, he's gone by it, and I didn't believe him. But now I'm starting to wonder: is he gone past his prime, or is it the nerves, or is it that he hasn't? You know, when Courtois went into Chelsea, this is what I could think it is. He did not get that many games to come straight in and to come against West Ham, who are a really good side. I'm not going to say they're bad or anything. They are a very good side. When they play like this, they're a very good side. I mean, we saw last season, half of last season, they were very much up top, doing very well for a club that hardly spends that money, and then also challenging Chelsea, who spent millions of pounds on God knows who, and players, and some players like Cuadrado, who they're just going to get rid of. When people like when West Ham would love Cuadrado, would absolutely beg for him. But from experienced players that we have, is unacceptable. I mean, we got done by amateurs today because West Ham were putting their amateur players out there. And I tell you what, their amateur players mopped our experienced players over the floor. And I'm not using Drew as an scapegoat because, yeah, you could have put them on, but it was extremely good blocking and defensive work from West Ham. Extremely good. They beat us all over the pitch today, not just up front. They were great on the counter-attack. That's the thing now, Wenger, you're trying to live in the past, and I'm going to say this now, you use the same tactics in and out every day, and you've used it for you've used it since the Invincibles. But the fact about the Invincibles, the reason why they're Invincibles is because they were legendary, and Thierry Henry could finish like no one else. You could get into positions like no one else. You could score like no one else. And I don't think I'll never see another Thierry Henry. But you're playing the exact same. You're going to walk it into the box. Yeah, they could have, what we could do before, because we had Vieira to back it up. If we lost the ball, Vieira would come sliding in, get the ball. Bergkamp could pin into Thierry Henry. Perez. We had so many good players. And you're trying to do the exact same tactics back then. Yes, it worked then. But even John Terry, John Terry, even him, for over 8 years could work out what you're doing in defence. It does not take that long to realise, oh look, they're going to be doing the same tactics again. What is it? Walk into the box. Brilliant shooting by Oxlade though. Very unfortunate for him, couldn't get a goal. Best player on the pitch from Arsenal point of view, from not the Arsenal team from my standard view. Don't know why Giroud was playing. We know West Ham has a lot of quicks backs, but then again, Premier League is a fast game. I don't know why Wenger's bringing in big, slow players. I mean, we're bringing in Giroud, who doesn't want to head the ball. He wants to tap it in with his feet, and he's a good finisher. But unfortunately, he's slow, and he's good in France. But then again, France doesn't have that many clubs under the big names. Not many even do that well in the Champions League. So the fact is now we need to get a much better striker like Benzema, and I'm not going to get Lacazette. The reason, even if Lacazette was to say yes, I wouldn't do it. Yes, he is fast. Yes, he can score goals, but that's in the French league. If you're understanding me, the French league is not massive. It is not good. There are about 3 or 4 teams in it, and that is about. You can say the same about Premier League, but it's not true. The Premier League has many different teams, as you can tell. Last season, Stoke beat Liverpool. This time, Liverpool beat Stoke. It is all different. It is 50-50. You can never tell what's going to happen. And I was like that with this match. Even I was worried about this match because I knew West Ham could put it out the bag. But unfortunately, no one else did. And unfortunately, Arsenal got a shock when they got bitten in the arse. But this just shows you can never think you're going to walk in there and completely demolish a team. I mean, look at Liverpool versus Stoke last season. But this time they walked in with a new striker, what we should be doing. Look at last season, we bought Sanchez, it uplifted the team. Look before that, we bought Ozil, that uplifted the team. We buy Benzema, it uplifts the team. And not just that, but it could win us the title. And reason one why, Welbeck normally plays left wing to support Giroud. What is a terrible decision when he's playing so well, when he was playing so well for England. And the same for Walcott. If you think about it now, defenders are getting less bigger and more fast in the Premier League. The least thing we need is a Giroud in our team. A Giroud who is tall, slow, and yes, he can finish, but he can't run. We need someone who might not finish all the time, but can run fast past defence, like a Walcott and a Welbeck. If we put them up two together, we would win that game. Unfortunately, Welbeck could not make it this time because he's injured. Very injury prone, but we kind of need him when he comes back because we cannot rely on Giroud. We need a fast, stable finisher who is world class. And I'm not saying we just need fast. Even now and then, Giroud should be doing a Suarez where he's ghosting the run, where players can't see where he's going, because Suarez is not that fast, people. He is not that fast, but he tricks the defenders so well. That is why he's world class, and that is why he's worth 79 million, because he's gone before. He is like a shadow. The defense can't even match where he's going. He's in and out and everywhere, and that's why he's worth that. And then he can finish it off to start with, to finish it off all ends. Giroud, he can finish it off, but he can't run past the defence, and he can't go from past the defence. We need a Benzema, or we need a Aubameyang, because Aubameyang cannot ghost, but he can definitely sprint, and we will have a very fast team there, and then we will actually be racing for this title. Because yes, look at Diego Costa. Yes, he's big, but he's kind of fast. But the reason why he's good, because he can also ghost run. But not just that, but he is a very world-class striker. He can finish what he puts on. So to me, Arsenal need a striker more than anything else. Unfortunately, Cech didn't do what he should have done today. He was absolutely abysmal for an expert. Everyone's saying nerves. You do not get nerves when at one point you were supposed to be the world's best keeper. I very much doubt that now. I very much think Chelsea's defence was so good, but except for back then, they weren't that good. I mean, John Terry was about it back then. He kind of still is, except for who is it? Still is now. I mean, he's still a rock. But they've got a very good defence, Chelsea, and I'm starting to think this is why they're getting clean sheets, because the defence is good as the keeper. The keeper might not be as good, yeah, but the defence is better. And for Arsenal, I know Gabriel is much better than Mertesacker. Gabriel is basically what we need. Yes, he is quite tall. Well, he's not that tall. He's about 6'3", 6'1", 6'2". What people back in the olden days, the old football league, would say that's not tall enough to stop a striker. Yes, but that's because everyone had an old decent centre half back then, where we're all tall, and you had wingers who would cross it in. But not now. We don't need a Giroud. Drew is not quick enough and does not have the stamina.